doubles and coffee. Look where Keith Christopher Rowley, while he's on holiday in our island, has brought our country. Today's headlines: TTPS, Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, to crack down on child beggars, to enforce labor laws. Child beggars are a nuisance. Let that soak in on this beautiful Saturday. On this sunny Saturday in the beautiful, beloved Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. That a country of milk and honey, oil and gas, has a problem that has made the front pages, that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has to crack down on children begging for money to eat, to survive, to live, to crack down on parents keeping their children at their side as they ask you for assistance to eat, to survive, to live. Think about that for a moment. It has never before happened like that in Trinidad and Tobago. What are the reasons for that? Parents can't find jobs. They can't get enough money to send their children to school. Sending your children to school has become very expensive under the PNM. Not only transportation costs because they take away your fuel subsidy, uniforms, books. PNM even cut school feeding. So many parents who could have depended on the government under the United National Congress with Tim Gopi Singh, who provided 76,000 breakfasts and lunches per day. Rowley cut that down to 48,000. People cannot afford to send their children to school. They take their children, keep them with them because they have to go out and beg you for a little money to sustain their life. And that's a front page story in Trinidad and Tobago, where Rowley said he saved us. He saved this country. He saved the energy sector. And the media allowed that pathological liar to go unscathed. Because it's quite simple to determine that these are the worst of times in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. The only time that could compare to this was around 1982, after the previous PNM had wasted and corruptly disappeared our money through lock joint, Tesoro, Caroni Racing Complex corruption, Mount Hope Financial Complex, lock joint, you name it, the PNM had stolen it. But those times look like good times compared to these times under Keith Christopher Rowley, who's enjoying himself in Ireland on the green golf course, holiday after holiday, while children have to go out in the hot sun with their parents to beg you to save their lives, to put some food in their mouths. And the TTPS, headed by a commissioner of police selected by Rowley, hand-selected, finished 12th and then elevated to 1st because Rowley misbehaved in public office, going to Paula May weeks and thwarting a merit list and getting the first police service commission that was independent to collapse. And then Rowley and Paula May, the ones who crashed the police service commission, get together and appoint a new police service commission with two known, intense, passionate PNM. And now you have Earl Christopher, whose appointment as Commissioner of Police is sanctioned by the PNM and extended by the cabinet of the PNM. They have no answer for crime, for criminal conduct, for murder, arson, extortion, rape, robbery, home invasions. No answer whatsoever. All the police doing now is looking for you to go 10 kilometers per hour above the speed limit that is already ludicrously low, to charge you $1,000, $3,000. Man hiding behind wall to see your laptop or your phone in your lap, sorry, and give you a ticket for $1,000 and 3 demerit points. They have no answer for crime, and now they're going on an all-out war against poor children who are begging to live out there. That is Trinidad and Tobago. Shouldn't that be enough to say for Keith Rowley and his cabinet to say, we have failed the country, we hereby resign, we call an election, we require people with more brain to come in and to impact our society. Our country is becoming a failed state. And just to tell you all, I'm not just talking, under Patrick Mervyn Augustus Manning, the poverty rate went up to 19.7%. Kamala Prasad Bisesa came in May of 2010 with it at 19.7%. And by September 2015, it was down to 16.7%. The food card support had moved from 18,000 to 42,000. School fee then moved up. Baby milk grant, grants for differently able children, school grants for differently able, fuel subsidy was kept, food prices, 7,000 items VAT was taken off, and on to alleviate poverty. Rowley came in with the poverty rate at 16.7%. And before COVID entered across our unmanned borders from the continent, because it didn't come through the airport, it came across the Gulf of Paria. Before COVID, Rowley had our poverty rate up from 16.7% to 24.2%. After COVID, it went up to 30.75%, where it stands now. That is the problem. Rowley is the problem. Rowley's lack of policies to alleviate poverty, lack of job creation, lack of food price, inflation control, lack of agricultural policy, lack of port security and efficiency. Trinidad and Tobago is running on automatic pilot, and those most in need are falling off the ship and drowning and dying. So TTPS, don't wage war on children who begging to eat. Wage war on Rowley. Wage war on the PNM. Wage war on the Ministry of Social Development that building a building for $144.5 million to have a nice building, to sit down in air condition, to draw us a pay, while children in the hot sun begging. Imagine Trinidad and Tobago, the powers that be, are waging war on children who are begging to survive because the policies of the PNM are killing the children. Only enjoy your Saturday, enjoy your weekend, and for those of you who have a little thing to eat, think about them children out in the hot sun begging for $5.